Hello and welcome to PSM Speak. Rajiv Yuva Vikasam, a self-employment scheme of Telangana government, recently announced. Some 6,000 crore, that is the outlay, benefiting 5 lakh youth in the state of Telangana. And after looking at the scheme, it is natural for the youth to expect that they are going to benefit out of this greatly. Because the scheme says for a project up to 50,000 rupees, it is 100% subsidy, which means they can go to the government and take 50,000 rupees after their application and start any project of their choice. Similarly, for a scheme up to 1 lakh rupee, it is 90,000 subsidy, and then up to 2 lakh it is 80%, which means 1,60,000 is the subsidy, 40,000 is only the individual's stake, and the maximum amount 4 lakh rupees. And on this too, heavy subsidy, 70% of it, which translates to 2,80,000 rupees, which means 1,20,000 rupees your loan or stake, and you can start a project. That raised the hopes. But is it as easy or simple and useful to the unemployed youth in the state? The purpose of this video is to look at it from close. The government has issued a GO number 7, 25 March 2025. It contains all the details. And the purpose of this video is to look at them. Each of the provision, salient provision that is very important for the aspirants to know the method of distribution and the conditions and other things in detail. So let's look at it one by one. After going into the details, let's evaluate it objectively, critically, whether it is really useful, if useful, to what extent. But first let's know the details. Rajiv Yuva Vikasam. The government of Telangana has introduced Rajiv Yuva Vikasam scheme. This is to benefit scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, BC, minority, EBC, EWS communities. The scheme is implemented through the respective corporations, BC corporation, minority corporation, SC, ST. This is to enhance their self-sufficiency and entrepreneurship capabilities. The goal is understood through this, the intended goal of the government. Allocation of targets. The approved action plan targets shall be allocated to districts in proportion to the SC, ST, BC, minority, EBC, EWS population by the respective managing directors of the welfare corporations and communicated to the district collectors for implementation. In turn, the district collectors shall allocate the targets to the mandals and municipalities in corporations to the SC, ST, BC, minority and EBC and EWS population. So that is in proportion to the population of these communities, funds are allocated. Then how will the funding pattern be? It's going to be like this. As we have discussed in the beginning, the unit cost up to 50,000 rupees. Subsidy portion will be 100% from the government. Entire 100% comes from the government, 50,000 rupees. Then the cost from 50,001 to 1 lakh, 90%, which means the individual stake will be 10%. That's the bank loan. And the unit cost from 1 lakh, 1,000 to 2 lakh, 80%. And unit cost from 2 lakh, 1 to 4 lakh rupees. That is the maximum, where 70% subsidy is given, which means on 4 lakh, 2,80,000 1,20,000 rupees being the bank loan. Then for vulnerable groups up to rupees 1 lakh, 90% subsidy with 10% from EMF and minor irrigation. The quantum of money is not given, but it says 100% subsidy. Now, who is eligible for this? We have seen scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, economically backward and all that. Subject to the income limit of those categories that we can understand through this eligibility criteria given in the government order. In rural areas, the annual income shouldn't exceed 1,50,000 rupees, whereas in urban areas, municipalities, municipal corporations, Nagar Panchayats, 2 lakh per annum. Ration card details shall be given in the application form, and only in such cases where ration card is not available, the candidate shall submit income certificate issued by Me Seva. Here is the age limit. One should be above 21 years of age and must be below 55 years of age. One must be above 21 years of age, but must be below 55 years as of July 1st of the implementation year. Note this carefully. This is for non-agricultural schemes. In case of agricultural schemes, the age limit, upper age limit is extended by 5 years, which means those above 21 and below 60 years are eligible under agriculture and allied sectors. You know what are the allied sectors? Allied agricultural activities. Activities that are allied to the agriculture like poultry farming, piggery, sericulture, pisciculture, dairy, and the things like that, which are not agriculture but close to agriculture are the activities. They plus agriculture, the age limit should be below 60 years. Now, what are the documents required? Aadhaar card, ration card. In case where there is no ration card, income certificate is necessary. Caste certificate issued after Telangana formation. Permanent driving license for transport sector schemes for transport operators. Naturally, this is required. To drive a vehicle, one needs a driving license. The permanent driving license is essential. Then in case of agriculture, Pattadar passbook, that is the title to the land. Then for people with disabilities, they need to provide a certificate, Sadarim. These are the documents required. What are the other conditions? One household shall be limited to one self-employment scheme within a period of 5 years. Registration of candidates and application process. Eligible candidates must register this, on OBMMS, and they should download the file, submit the hard copy to the Mandal Praja Palana Seva Kendralu in rural areas, municipal commissioners, zonal commissioner office in urban areas, and this is important. The beneficiary can choose any activity of his choice, or let's say her choice, which are viable financially. This is important. The unit proposed should be viable financially. The choice is given to the beneficiary, all right, but the scheme activity should be viable. The method of how the applications are verified, screening is done at MPPDO, special officer of Mandal nominated by the district collector, bank managers. That means the scheme is going to be implemented through the banks. DRDA and other agencies are also involved. Based on the self-employment scheme selected, The beneficiaries have to be given orientation training ranging from 1 week to 15 days. Not as if that the money is given and you start your business of your choice. No, there are several steps, procedure and methods. The district collector shall issue the final sanction letter, note carefully, after obtaining approval from the Honorable in charge Minister of the district. And another condition for grounding units with 100% subsidy, up to 80% of the subsidy shall be released to firm agency after supply of material as per the norms prescribed. Balance 20% of the subsidy shall be released by the bank to the beneficiary concerned, duly conducting field inspection. The money is not directly given to the beneficiaries, but the required goods, the material is to be bought, and the supplier of the material will get the money in cases where 100% subsidy is involved. In such cases, 80% is given to the vendors, 20% is given to the beneficiary after the verification of the supply of material and bankers being satisfied that there is going to be a business that you have chosen, the economic activity, whatever it is, important. In case of bank-linked schemes, the banker shall release subsidy and bank loan amount to the firms, agencies after supply of material, assets, duly conducting field verification according to the progress of physical grounding, which means field inspections will be there, money will be given to the suppliers, not to the individuals. Once subsidy is released, banker shall open separate loan account for the beneficiary within a maximum period of 15 days. And the grounding by utilizing the loan component released by the bank and subsidy released by the government. Timeline of Rajiv Yuva Vikasam. The paper notification of 16th March 2025. The district collector shall ensure strict adherence of the timeline given below. Registration of online beneficiaries. This we have discussed. Originally it was 5th April 2025. That has been extended to the date from 5th April to 14th April. So these are the other details. Finally, the issue of sanctions through the state should be from 2nd June 2025 to 9th June 2025. These are the details of the scheme. Prima facie, it looks to be attractive, but how far a project with some 50,000 outlay or 4 lakh rupees maximum yield profits enough for survival of an individual and their families? That's one thing. The other thing is it is for 5 lakh youth, but many more this number unemployed youth are there in the state. I am not going to give those details here because no scheme can cover all the eligible, that we can understand. But the problem is what kind of goods that these units are going to manufacture, what services are they going to provide. Then the manufacture of goods in a small setup in a cottage industry or with small investments, to what extent are they competitive compared to the products of the MNCs? Can they stand the competition? Which means, what about the marketing facility for the goods produced? Of course, service sector, there is some scope. Agriculture also needs some investment and this will help. So this is not to say that it is totally futile, but the benefit will be limited. So however limited it is, now it is nothing. Something is better than nothing. And let's hope that government and the agencies concerned will select such schemes which are really useful to the unemployed youth. Thank you so much for so patiently watching this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done it already. As you know, subscription is free, but it greatly encourages me to get to you more videos of this type and more frequently. Thank you.